Gale Force 5 in the mix.
Good evening. Welcome to this very special Christmas Boxing Day edition of Let's Talk Trek.
Yes. Hello.
Let's hand you over to James to introduce what's going to happen this evening.
Well, we've got quite a program of events. So we've got no Carl, we've got no Dan. They're both very busy doing various bits and pieces. We're going to do Carl's Collectible Corner, in which Richard will be showing us his latest collectible. I'll be doing a cocktail as usual. And if we can make the technology work, we'll have a clip from Wish. But what we'd like to hear about from both of you viewers at home this evening is whether you've received any kind of festive Star Trek related gift. Let us know in the comments if you've had anything, and if we get any pictures that we can show publicly, we'll do that. But let us know
I'm
what
going
you
to go
got.
one better than that, James. I'm going to say, look, if you've got something that you'd like to show us, we're going to have an open invite on the show this evening.
Oh,
anyone can jump on and show us their bits. I've
not their bits. The things they got for Christmas.
The things they got for Christmas, yes. So all you need to do is just hop on here and hold it up to the camera so I can see that you're not a fake, and and then I'll let you in for your seconds we get. But I mean, so first of all, James, let's start. What did you receive this year? What Star Trek related gift did you get?
Ta-da!
So we've got.
Look at. Let me see. Where's my Surfing Captain Picard Hawaiian shirt that the present Mrs. Dillon got for me.
Right.
And, actually, if I come really close up to the camera, where's the logo? There we are. The weird thing is, you've got a sort of wharf hanging off the back of a string on the back of the Enterprise. I think he's meant to be surfing.
Right.
But actually, there's two wharfs and a data. And it's very unusual. I'm not sure where Claire got this from, but
probably had it handmade, I should think.
it's quite good fun.
That's beautiful. That's really nice.
It looks a bit like the Mystery Machine, doesn't it?
So again, if you're just tuning in this evening, we're doing Show Us What You Got for Christmas, or Tell Us What You Got for Christmas, or even better, if you want to jump in on the show and say hi to everyone and show us what you got for Christmas, please follow the link in the chat and you can hop on and say Merry Christmas to everyone and show us what you got. Now, I got a very special Star Trek related present. That's right. I got the coveted Let's Talk Trek Lucky Cat, which I've been hoping someone would get me, and someone did. So I'm extremely pleased with this. I've had nothing but good luck since I plugged a AA battery into it. It really is just, it's as you can see, it's been polished. I mean, I think although it's not heavy, I think this is pure gold because it's so shiny. It must be a very expensive gold because it's very light.
Do you remember Indiana Jones and I think it's Temple of Doom? No, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he goes for that golden idol at the beginning and he gets chased by the giant boulder. There you have it. You have it in your hand. That's what it was. I'm sure we all clearly remember that's the golden idol.
I'm not entirely certain this would be heavy enough. We might have to put some sand in it, or possibly some more batteries into the cat's bottom. But I'm very pleased with this, I have to say.
And you have a shelf that's ideal for it to sit on. So let's have a look over in the comments. We've got quite a few people.
Right, okay.
It's nice to see you've all joined in. Hello, Megan. Hello, Christoph. Hello, Gary, Val, Mark, Nadeem. Welcome on board, everyone.
Hey, Christoph.
Oh, Daniel Adams, he's in there.
Mark. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Southern Carl. Nadim. Hey, Nadim. I can recognise you now. You've got your mask back on. Right. Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Oh, this is very touching. So many people have popped in to say hello on Boxing Day. We generally had virtually nothing prepared, which is obviously very unusual for us because we didn't think anyone would be tuning in. We generally just all we decided. Obviously, Carl unfortunately can't do this evening. He's working. Danny's working. They're both working in hospitality. But James and I felt we
Hopefully they
wanted
can
to.
watch later and cheer themselves up.
Yeah, we felt we wanted to come on, even if it was just for a quick half hour, just to say hello to everyone, just to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And if you would like to show us any bits that you've got, then we'd very much like to see them. There's not a lot forthcoming in the comments with regards to showing us their bits and pieces. So we'll move on to our next.
Daniel says he's got a Gorn Funko, so perhaps he'd like to pop on and show us that.
Yes, Daniel, please. I'll pop the link in the comments again. Please just follow the link, and you can pop on while we're waiting for that possibly to happen. Christmas and Star Trek. The problem is there's never been like a proper Christmas episode of Star Trek, has there? There's just not.
No.
They've never done one. The closest we've got, I believe, there was a Christmas tree in a portion of Generations whilst Picard was off his tits in the Nexus. Is that right?
No, he wasn't in any way compromised. He was being
absolutely
shown
smacked out of his eyeballs.
What he wanted was a family with a wife who looked suspiciously like Beverly and a large gathering of children all dressed in Victorian outfits. That's what he wanted more than anything.
Is it true that Dr. Crush has been particularly mean to everyone this year in the hope that she'll get visited by not one, not two, but three ghosts?
Best Christmas ever.
Oh, the little hussy.
Here we are. Should we light this sucker up and see what? No,
let's not.
I think my Zippo's out of fuel anyway.
So why do we think it is that they've always dodged a Christmas? I mean, because traditionally most programs, I mean, I can remember my earliest memory of like a Christmas special was without a doubt the He-Man Christmas special. And the two kids get jetpacks and fly around, and at the end, everyone waves at all the cartoon characters where you go, Happy Christmas, and everyone, all the rest of it. And that's my earliest memory of a Christmas special. I'm fairly certain Battlestar Galactica did a Christmas special. I've got something in
the Airwolf Christmas special was my favourite.
The Airwolf one.
Yeah, I mean, what Christmas scenario can't be improved by a Mark 1 Plus attack helicopter?
I can't think of one. Can't think of any scenario that can't be improved by that.
Yeah,
it's yeah, but it's one of these things where, do you think they deliberately stayed away from Christmas because of the religious connotations of it, and they want to stay away from that? I mean, it's barely even ever mentioned, is it, in any of the episodes? Christmas, the holiday season.
I'll tell you this. I was at midnight mass on Christmas Eve, and barely 100 people, I think, turned up for it. Most people don't really celebrate the religious aspect of Christmas anymore. It's far too secular.
Or evolved, as the rest of us like to call it. But but in all seriousness, the spirit of Christmas is alive and well, I believe, in most Star Trek episodes.
Ziggy says that you're going to a very dark place.
I was already aware of this. I intend to enjoy myself as much as possible before I go. But I think very much so that there's very little about Star Trek that doesn't imbue the body of Christmas. You know, it's about being humble, being thankful for what you have. It's teaching you to be good. I just wonder why they decided not to have it. So in the comments,
Mike has explained it. Look at the comment there from Mike McClear.
Yeah, I'm just getting around to that. So
he's worked it out.
Every time I watch Star Trek, it's better than Christmas. Fair enough. Okay. The only extra special I remember was the Big Bang Theory. Yes. That was what inspired me to collect Anson Mount's DNA from a toothpick in the toilets of the Hilton Hotel, which interestingly leads me on to another anecdote as to how I met Tony Lee. Father Christmas has enough to do to go around one planet, let alone the whole universe. Fair enough. Enterprise, an off-screen science department Christmas party where... Oh, haha.
That's true, actually. In the episode where Dr. Helen, hilariously named Noel, is heavily featured, he's carrying her into his quarters after a boozy night down in the lab.
Haven't we all? We've all been there. You know, the office Christmas party. I work from home, but...
You did have an office Christmas party, though, didn't you?
Yes, not in the office, though. We could have done. But luckily, because for those of you that don't know, I'm one of James's contractors, and I look after his information technology. And because I work from home and I don't have an office as such, that's not what you're seeing here, James came out to help me celebrate because I don't get a Christmas do. And we went out to... I can't pronounce the name of the restaurant without it sounding like...
Postillo Posilipo.
That's the one. And we had not one, not two, but 3 bottles of wine, if I'm... I remember my head told me it was at least 3 bottles of wine.
I think it was only 2, actually. You were some way ahead of me when I arrived and found you.
Quite possibly. I remember Mark talking about religion, which is never a good sign as to how much he's had to drink. There we are.
Well, there we go. Shall we do the cocktail?
I digress. Yes, right, we've got a thing for that.
Right, so this evening's cocktail is the Atomic Meteor. Now, this is a very festive cocktail because it is something that I personally only ever have at Christmas. And once again, I'm being very lazy. I'm using a pre-mixed version rather than one that I'm going to spray all over my office space up here by getting it wrong in the leaky shaker. For this, you will need some Jubalian lemonade. You will need some Ferengi lime, which is, of course, known for being exceptionally moist. Yes, and then you shall need some Arcturan Advocar. And if you get that, and you mix it all together, what you'll actually get is this. A snowball.
Oh, that's very fair. Oh, I wouldn't have done that.
Yes. Oh, I do love a snowball at Christmas.
I wouldn't have shaken it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh, it's all gone Debbie Does Dallas.
But yes, there we are. Look at that.
Oh, that looks like a snowball.
Yeah, and it's terribly refreshing. Delicious. So there you have the festive snowball. Bottoms up, everyone.
Marvellous. Well,
I better mop up all this spillage.
So, would anyone like a rerun of some of our finest moments? Well, the viewers could choose. Would the viewers like to have a rerun of a Choose Your Choose? Or would the viewers like to see Joe Exotic, aka the Tiger King, reviewing Discovery again? Please let us know in the comments. Would you like a Choose Your Choose, or would you like the Tiger King's review of Star Trek Discovery?
Have you got these queued up then?
I've got them queued up, yes. I honestly thought tonight we'd just do a rerun of lots of stuff, if anyone even bothered to watch. I didn't think anyone would.
Have you got Carl doing the marbles?
Carl doing the marbles?
Carl doing the collectible marbles.
Well, that will go into the best of DVD when it's released. That was an actual show, not a pre-prepared segment. I have pre-prepared segments we can play.
Okay, well, heads.
Heads?
Heads or tails? Heads.
Well, I thought we'd leave it up to the viewers. I thought,
okay. Fine. No. Have you got a collectible then, Richard?
No.
Have you got any kind of, for example, golden freighter?
Yeah, well, yes. What, you want to see the mail on freighter advert again, do you?
Yes, I want to see that.
Okay. Will you talk for a moment while I find it?
So yes, at Destination back in November, we did approach the Eagle Moss stand to find the golden limited edition Mail-on Freighter was available on the stand. And oh gosh, where are my notes? Somewhere around here. I think I've got the original sign that they were marketing it under. 110 quid, I think the gold Mail-on Freighter was available for. Very limited edition. Surprising that the chap behind the counter said that they don't make them anymore, when in fact they never made them and we planted it there. Have you found it?
I found it. Hang on.
Roll VT. Whenever you're ready. Oh.
The pursuit of perfection
It's very quiet.
begins with a dream. Irresistible desire. You demanded. You waited. They delivered. Something to exceed expectation of millions.
Look at that.
I mean, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Who could fail to be moved by that well-endowed vessel there? Look at it just powering past the Voyager, the Defiant, the Akira class.
You want to know. And the gold
Look at that. What a thing of beauty. It's astonishing this isn't their bestseller, really.
I mean, it doesn't get old, does it? Let's be honest.
Well, we don't think it does.
No, absolutely not. Speaking of stuff that's not going to get old, our viewers haven't decided whether they'd like to see the Tiger King or a Choose Your Choose. So I'm going to let you decide, James.
Choose your choose.
Choose Your Choose. Okay.
Negan from The Walking Dead. Hello.
Hi.
We have a question for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Think carefully. Star Trek or Star Wars?
I should say Star Trek, but I'm going to have to say Star Wars.
Wrong.
He goes poorly.
I remember when I put that together, and I showed Dan before the show, and Dan said, "But why is there a dinosaur?" And I said, "Well, why not? I mean, it can't be. Adding a dinosaur to something has never, in the history of anything, made it worse, has it? You know,
No.
I can't think of a situation ever where adding a dinosaur to the mix hasn't made it better."
Maybe studying for your exams in a library, but apart from that, I think it covers pretty
Imagine
much
if you
every
were,
base.
what if you were studying paleontology?
Well, that's a fair
I mean,
point. Yeah.
there's your thesis right there. It's just turned up, and I suppose if you don't get eaten.
But what Baldrick if we turn up in the peasant village and they're not having a fancy dress party? I didn't think of that.
You should have Cookery Corner with Baldrick. Remember Ratto Van?
Yeah, so I very much enjoyed Choose Your Choose this year. I'm hoping we'll see more of that next year.
Oh, you actually? I generally thought we'd done with that. We want more of that, do we?
Well, of course we want more of it. It was good fun.
Okay, right. I'll take to the streets and.
Otherwise, why have we got these waving cats?
Well, I genuinely thought we might get some more Choose Your Chooses at the Destination Star Trek London we attended, but when it was compulsory masks all the way around, I just kind of thought it's just we weren't going to get any good footage with that. But we'll see what the future holds.
Oh, that does bring me on to something. Some sad news that greeted us in the course of the last week or so is that the SF Ball have taken the decision.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Sorry.
Well, we're going to come on to Archbishop Desmond Tutu in due course. But yes, the SF Ball has been cancelled. So that was due to take place in February. So we're sort of half-heartedly thinking about whether we might do something anyway. But it will depend very much, of course, on whether we're going to be told that there's another lockdown or some other restrictions coming in as a result of the Omicron variant of COVID.
Well, if there's an appetite for it, doubtless we can get our function room again down south, but perhaps we'll try and get something a little bit more centrals.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yes,
sad to hear the Bulls cancel. I know a lot of people were kind of really looking forward to that, so that's disappointing to hear. Do we know what the details of the cancellation?
Only that it's postponed until 2023.
Because it must be nigh impossible to book a guest apart from Dominic Keating.
Well, I would think that you're going to struggle to get US guests coming over to British events at the moment with Omicron going so randomly all over the place. I think you'd probably get the Red Dwarf crew if you tried in the UK. But yeah, I mean the issue is if we're all going to have to be locked down, social distancing, masks, and everything again, conventions aren't going to work, are they?
I think you can only organise it. I'm sure you can have a rummage around, Daniel. Omicron Persei 8, yes, absolutely. The animated Star Trek series, which is much better than Lower Decks.
I haven't seen Futurama in years, actually.
They did a reboot. I can't remember where it came out on, but they did some like hour-long feature-length specials.
Yeah, then they did some more series after that.
There's more series, and I've watched. They're not as. I mean, they're okay. Maybe it's because I'm older, but I don't know. I'm not finding them as funny as I used to.
Good news, everyone!
Good news, everybody! Now shut up and open your mouth. Not that mouth, your other one. Young lady, I am an expert on humans.
Why would you have a pilot who's only got one eye? I mean, she'd have no depth perception.
That's a running gag. Oh dear.
Yeah, Lower Decks. I must admit, I've not been keeping up with that. Not Lower Decks. What's the other one? Prodigy.
I enjoyed it. I'll be up
Are
front
they on a
and say
break?
they're on a break. But there is absolutely nothing about Prodigy at all which I would class as being Star Trek. Nonetheless, I'm enjoying it, and so are my children.
Yeah, so how many episodes did you say we've had?
4 or 5, I can't remember.
Oh, I'm not very far behind then.
And you know what? I'd tell a lie. I say there's nothing Star Trek about it. We've been left on a bit of a cliffhanger whereby they're stranded on a planet that's basically trying to eat them. And that kind of feels a bit Star Trek-y. So yeah, I'll give them that.
Yeah, Discovery is still in production, I understand.
I'm not up to date on Discovery. Perhaps you could spoiler-free fill us in on the latest episode.
Not really. I mean, as far as I know, we've only had 4, and then it's gone to a mid-season break. So does that mean the entire season is only 8 episodes?
Well, that'd be a bonus, wouldn't it? Only because Picard would be along quicker.
Yeah.
So the last episode I saw, and I'll spoiler alert, it's been out for a little while now. If you've not tuned into Mars TV or Pluto TV or wherever they're showing on. The last episode I saw was when Tilly and Burnham were trying to catch a killer. I'll tell you what, let's play the tiger.
Episode 3, Richard. That was the third one. The fourth one
That's
is
what
where
I'm
Tilly...
up to date with, but let's let Joe Exotic review the episode because he'll do it
Yes,
better.
perfect. Yes,
Yeah.
he can help us out with this.
I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger saw me.
Well, hey there, this is Joe Exotic coming live from the United States Penitentiary Penthouse, and I'm going to tell you all about Discovery. This week, Burnham and Tilly try to track down a killer. But I tell you what, I'm going to save a whole lot of time, because I know who done it. That bitch, Carol fucking Baskin's gone done it. That's who fucking done it. Take a peek under that septic tank, and you'll find what you're looking for. Cold like bowl at my fucking ass.
I saw a tiger, now I understand.
So eloquent.
The first time we played that, and because when those clips play, dear viewer, the rest of us can all see each other. I'm like a clocker, and I played. And when it first come up, you should have seen Dan. Dan was like, "Oh my god!" and just I can't believe this is happening. Because I gave him no prep or warning whatsoever, and I just love the blood drain from his face as it it just started. It was marvelous. Yes, the last episode I saw Tilly somehow fight off some trained swordsmen by stumbling around a bit and waving a sword at them. It was, I thought, very poorly done. But the rest of the episode, apart from that particular scene, I thought wasn't too bad.
Haven't you seen the one with the shuttle crash?
Not seen that one, no.
Oh.
Is that the most recent one?
That's the most recent one that's available to me when I've flown over to the States to see it.
Yeah, I would watch it, but I've had this mildew. I've had to get a tackle in the bar. You know what I mean? You know when you've got mildew, and you've got to get, because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, got to get the mildew sorted. Like next morning, I'm on it.
Yeah. So that's so much for Discovery. Strange New Worlds. I'm not sure when that's coming. I think Picard is ahead of it, isn't it?
I believe so. Oh, we've got some
comments. I think some news there.
When do we expect Paramount to start over here? Don't care because I won't give them my money. that's so the CBS one. This is the problem. It was CBS and now it's Paramount. There's all. This is the issue they're having. But yeah, it's. I think that once their lawyers have taken their cut, then we'll eventually get it. I think that's the news there.
Well,
So
if
poor
lawyers
Future
haven't written, that's money well spent.
Poor Future Armor has a rocky history. The reason for the movies was that they kept not being told whether they would get more seasons, and they kept getting these super short contracts at the very last minute when their previous ones expired. Then they, network peeps, or their lawyers, blood-sucking lawyers, wanted to kind of bring it back, but didn't want to fully commit, hence the weird set of 4 movies. Well, there we are. Let's clear that up. Discovery have gone hiatus after 7. We're getting 7 seasons of Discovery. Oh, 7
I think it means episodes. Calm down.
We're on hiatus now, actually. 5 and 6. Yeah.
Well, you say that, but between us, we're only aware of 4 episodes.
There's only 4 that have broadcast. Yeah.
Well, that's quite queer.
So we're on Julian Clary, right? There's been 6 episodes.
Gary obviously flies over to the States more often than we do.
I should probably get on this. For some reason, I've not been motivated to do so with Christmas and whatnot. But those are always the positive. To
Well, we have so much content that we have to prepare that sometimes we can't be up to spec with everything.
No, we can't be. Spring sometime. There's been right. Okay, I'll get over to the States with my VCR ASAP, James, and find out why the episodes have not yet been FedExed to us, and we'll sort that out.
Well, no, we don't have them FedEx to us, Rich, because that would be illegal. We watch them when we go over.
Would it be illegal?
Yeah, I think it probably would be.
What if we hired some actors to go there and watch it, and then come back and produce a play and do like a stage version of the episode?
I mean, certainly we're trespassing into some highly interesting areas of intellectual property there. How long have you got?
I mean, well, something I wanted to talk to you about. We may as well do it on the air. I thought we could, because if a regular viewer doesn't know, James and I live in the civilised part of the south of England, and Carl and Dan live in the chaotic north.
North.
Yeah, up that way. And we thought, if anyone's ever seen, please do Google on YouTube, Matrix scenes on a budget or Braveheart scenes on a budget, which is where some people with a budget of like £20 go to Poundland and try and reenact scenes from famous films. And I think we should have a North versus South competition with a Poundland budget to reenact famous Star Trek scenes. And I think that would be a really good idea. I can't see that being going wrong at all.
Yeah, I think we'd have to start with the most ambitious first.
Well, let's put it out there then, James. What would you want to? Which scene would you like to reenact? I mean, we'll have to set.
Do Riker versus the Borg in the end of Best of Both Worlds.
Oh, I don't know. That's a bit. That's just punching and we can do. We can do that.
We're going to hose pipes, a couple of egg boxes, stick one to my head, a laser pointer.
Yeah, not going to want me to punch you or anything though. I thought we'd want something a bit more acting, like.
Well, Riker goes like fire. That scene. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Could have that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that bit with Sulu with his shirt off and the.
Yes, we could. We don't even need a costume for that.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Yeah, we could do this. Boo, the North rules, but apparently they don't spell. I live in the North in regard to the South Pole. Well, yes. A legendary bar in London where people could watch tapes of Trek straight from the States. Well,
it wasn't legal then, and it's not legal now.
I mean, it wasn't legal, but the cast did come over to it, So, I mean, these days are a bit hotter on intellectual property, to be fair. But I think I would like to throw it out there and say that, look, if you're not spoiling it for anyone, if you're not taking money away from the studios, and if you're promoting the franchise, they're probably going to leave you alone. And that's what we do every week here. We promote Discovery and our love of it. Well, we've gone over our half an hour remit that we're going to do this evening, so I think we'll probably call that a night.
Well, do you not want to run one of the wish clips?
I've not been an hour before the show is not enough time for me to download and curate them. I'm afraid, James. I've not had a chance.
Let's save them for next time.
Let's. Our lucky viewer can look forward to that one.
Oh, where's he gone?
So,
did you get so bored you left?
Pardon?
Did you get so bored you left?
Right at the start of the show when I said I'll let James introduce what's going to happen, I went off. I thought I could just not come back. But I did, because you're my mate. Right. Okay, so yeah. In short, quick show tonight. Really, we just wanted to just pop on and say hello. Hopefully entertain you for half an hour. We sincerely hope you've all had a safe and happy Christmas. It looks like the world's going a bit crap again at the moment. But I sincerely believe we've already demonstrated that we can all pull through this. So, I look forward to seeing you all. Hopefully, I mean, if the sci-fi ball's not going ahead, we'll arrange something if we can around those dates. I think James will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do something or other, subject, of course, to it being safe for us to do so.
Yeah, for the dates that the ball, and by it's in no means at all going to be in competition with future balls. It's not our object, but just for us to get together and have a few drinks. Then we'll put that out there, and it'll be lovely to see you all if we can arrange something.
Mm.
So until next time, look after yourselves and each other.
Cheerio.